There have been many things said about Pearl Bailey. Two that come to mind are the fact that she is a fantastic performer with a wonderful manner and personality. But the one thing that I enjoy hearing about her is that she is an ambassador of love. She spreads love wherever she goes. And it is so nice to meet you, Pearl, and have you on the show.
Eileen, if you ever seen Love, it happened last night here at the North Shore Theater, that the rain, and you know how the weather was last night, and theater said to me a fantastic thing. No one really could have come, and the theater was packed. And so before I could sing, all I could do was look and say, you know, it has to be love. And that's a good feeling.
You say, though, that you create love everywhere you go. People have asked you why you don't march. And you said that you have some interesting things to say about that.
Why should you walk? You know, a lot of people march with their, you know, you think your feet, you're marching. But I think a man walks every day when he walks in his heart with faith and love. And we need some more of it. God knows we need a lot of it now with everyone in trouble and the fighting all over the world, the different things. We need to walk, because as you watch the papers, eventually you're going to take a longer walk than that one day with somebody, and somebody will always be behind you.
Isn't that true? And you say it starts right where you plant your own 2 feet, huh?
That's right. That's right.
You just finished a matinee here at North Shore Music Theater, and you had a full crowd, and you do 2 hours of a show.
Full, and one of the seniors from my school, of course. I was showing off, talking about my being a full-time Georgetown student and a junior in the fall, up until the senior from Georgetown yelled from the back. So I gave him one of my books to get even with him, of course.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
That brings up something interesting. You're talking about your education, because you left school when you were 15 years old.
Yeah. And I went into show business. And now they tell me that I'm the only one who ever did a commencement address, which I did at Georgetown. I had an honorary doctorate was given to me, and I said I might be back. And I went back as a freshman. I'd never been in a college or university. And I went in, and this year I made the dean's list.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, I'm as pleased about that as I am show business. I'm leaving from here now, going to Hyannis next week. No, in about 10 days, Hyannis. The dentist is going in between.
Uh-oh.
And then Nigeria.
Nigeria? What will you be doing there?
Just we invited by the Isama, who's like the king of that region, and Isama Igbeninian his name. And this man happened to see us in London. He said, "Come see our country." That's all. But I make a request whenever I go in a place. We've just come back from the United Arab Emirates, been in Jordan and all like that. In fact, we just got back from London. I have to go and do the hospitals. Well, we take the group because I insist on doing some kind of charity.
Now, within the group is who?
Remo Palmier on guitar and Milton Hinton on bass. There's Roselle Claxton on piano, of course, Louie on drums, Louie Bellson.
You mean you actually go in, and Louie Bellson being your husband?
Yes, they invite me. They just say, come, bring your people to see. But I think it's wrong to go and just see. Not wrong, but I feel like taking the group because when we're going like that, I said, let me do something like for your heart fund, or cancer, or the children, or the lepers. And I think it makes sense. And people say, well, why? And I take them a little present, a box of candy or something. They said, why do you take that to a king or a president or a queen? I said, why not? If I come to your house and you're nice, I would send back flowers or note. But we went to the lepers, and I don't, they have, do you know, it was strange. We only did about an hour. Each place we've been, I think, an hour. Because they really don't want anything. I have to insist on doing something. We'll be there about 8 days. And they'll probably do, one night I asked them, could we have in one of their big auditoriums? And believe me, we're a little mixed up, but we don't think. They have some of the finest auditoriums in these places you ever want to see.
Do they really? Oh, they love performers, huh?
No, I meant, no, I'm talking about the buildings.
Oh, you mean the size of them?
Oh, not only the size, the structure and the architecture. I wish we would start doing something as Americans. When we go around, don't just take the camera and sling it on our shoulder and say, hey, I've seen this place. You go and really take a look. And then instead of the main street, Eileen, I wish more people talk about love. Go into the homes. Mm-hmm. When our students, remember we have students that come over here and wash dishes, they do this, they do that to remain in our colleges for years, for the terms. We go and we stay a couple of weeks. We should have more students And when we can go abroad, go to these colleges, live within the home of some person. And that's better. What is that little spot? Oh, you're going to have a marvelous
That's
time.
all right.
Oh, that's
he
beautiful.
won't eat much.
No, there he is.
I got him. Let him go play. Where does
it's
this
so
giving come from? Does it come from your father, he was a preacher, wasn't he?
Well, but it doesn't come from him.
Where does it come from?
Giving comes from your oneself.
I know, but were you born just with a sense of I'm going to give back when people give to me, or is it something you developed over the years? What were you like as a young person?
No, was I ever young?
I don't mean you're not young now. I mean, in your 20s, did you take things for granted, or you've always been this way?
My son asked me, he says, you're always talking about giving. He says, what am I going to get? I said, that's what when you're giving, that's when you're getting. But I think the giving, listen, it couldn't have come. I passed away medically in '72.
Yes, you had a heart attack.
I was given back life. I don't think that giving is a question.
But see, I read that you had a heart attack, Pearl, because you spent years giving 18-hour days.
Well, no, I didn't even have attacks. There has been so many things wrong with the heart and emphysema and all. That's what had happened. No, it's like you and I sitting here. We just met, and you've given me something. You give me your time, your friendship, your warmth, and I gave you something. And yet, neither one of us passed anything between us but what should have been.
What a wonderful
philosophy. That's. I guess that's it.
Your experience with the United Nations, a special ambassador, was that what it was?
Special advisor to the United States mission. I would like to have still been there. I often laugh because I don't know about the rest of the people. I don't even know when I left, because they simply came in. And the new administration came in, and people started putting things on your desk. I thought you wrote a letter and said something to people. And I think the United Nations, as I always say, could be one of the most constructive bodies ever put together. I think as it's used now, it could be one of the most destructive bodies, because instead of men discussing and making sense, I don't think they should read from papers so much.
Yes, you say they should take a look at their wives and their children before they ever think about war.
Oh, my Lord, yes. And I think that within that body, we're having too much dissension in our personalities. I often laugh, a lot of times in different nations give a speech in body, the rest of them get up and walk out. And I thought you should all be women. There's no way a woman would get up and walk out while two other girls were talking about her.
Is that the truth?
She may not like it, but she certainly would sit there and wait. It's kind of dumb to go out when somebody's talking about you.
Isn't it? And that's what happens?
Yes, they get them to go away. But they don't go far. They go lean somewhere and listen. But if anybody was talking about me, I certainly want to be there.
Was there one thing that stood out among all those experiences with the UN more than anything else?
Yes, Baroudi, Ambassador Baroudi, he recently passed away. He was the first Mideasterner with the United Nations, I think, of Saudi Arabia. And he read into the minutes twice of the United Nations on closing. He read me in. The first time he read me in, he said, this is the freshest breeze that America has sent us. And I think it's because when I went in there, everybody had their own little table and then looked, like here, aloof. So I would say hello to everybody and then say, Eileen, you know him? You know Eileen? And I didn't know you weren't just, this is the way people went.
That's the way you spread love.
And then next time when I went back in, the second term, President Ford came in, and everybody was kind of mixed up a little bit at the tables, because I never understood why people didn't talk to people.
Well, if you travel all over the world, Pearl, as I know you do, and you meet many Americans and many people from other nations, how do you feel about the world as it is today? Are you down about it? Do you feel like there's some hope that we're going to survive?
I am not an optimist. Somebody said, are you an optimist or a pessimist? I said, no, I'm a realist, because I think that, first of all, we need our morality throughout the world uplifted. We have lost morality quite a bit in America, and I think that we should stop guessing about is there God, and whatever you think he is, there is God. I am very down on the way that we're acting in America now. I really am, because I think that we should have morality in the home. I think our discipline with the children, they call me old-fashioned with mine, and God knows I tried my best. I don't know which way they're going, but I hope for them to go the right way. But if they're going to make another path, then they're going to have to walk it. It certainly won't be because I didn't give the foundation, and my husband Louie. I think that the movies and things are certainly not uplifting. We're like a nation of sheep. We're following the things that, instead of writing about the intelligent and beautiful things, we got all kinds of, I don't know whether they are so auras, they're just plain dirty. That's the way I feel about it.
You have two adopted children, a boy and a girl.
Yes.
Who are now in their 20s, right?
Yes.
But as a mother, were you ever fearful with the drug situation? And when you turn them loose, we were talking about this, Pearl and I, and I'm a mother, too, of two children, and it is sometimes, you worry.
I watch, of course, Channel 5. When I said it puts me to sleep, that don't mean you're dry, you put me to sleep. It's what I watch when I go home at night. And I tell you, there was a thing on there last night about the drug situation, that movie. And it's all over the world. But I really feel sorry for the way that it's happening in our country, and you're aware of it, and nobody seems like wants to do anything about it. Quickly, if I can tell you something, I'm going to write my 6th book. The title I got in mind, but I'll hold it. But coming out of Washington, D.C., it's in every city, but coming out of Washington, D.C., I guess I speak of that because it's the capital. And I got to 14th and U when I was a child, and I was telling E.B., the fellow look, I said, he was in the car with me, this is where I went to school, this, and I got to 14th Street, and I turned my head to the left. Eileen, at first, and this is the way I'm going to open my new book, I thought it was a bunch of flies stuck to fly paper. And then I saw the wiggling hand and the wiggling body. It was a mass of humanity laying on the wall, even in the middle of the street, scratching and digging himself. Oh. Now, don't tell me that somebody don't see these people in a great big city.
Of course, half of it is becoming aware of it, you know, even as parents. We have to know what's going on.
No, I think our politicians and our people who promise so greatly while they are being voted in to do something, let them get aware of the man in the streets, because I don't care how many millionaires you got, there are more people in the man in the street is the most important thing in the world.
You bet.
And I mean that. I tell you, I feel sorry for the farmers. I feel sorry for the coal miners. You know, most men don't want to go underneath the ground when their eyes are closed and they're dead. Who wants to go under there with them open and then be mistreated? Anyone trying to eke out a living in these days. Never mind the word human rights.
All right, well, let's talk about your show, okay? Right. You do 2 full hours of singing and talking and entertainment. How in the world do you do that without a break?
Very easily.
How?
The giving. They give me so much back, you know. It's better to continue, because after a performer does, say you do a 45-minute show, well, all you can do after the break is come back and repeat that sort of routine. But I don't feel the time.
You don't?
I don't know. I don't.
Isn't it wonderful?
And if
God gave you so much
if you're ever broken, I tell the people, if I ever go up that ramp, I won't be coming back down so much stage. But the people are fun. They are fun.
How long are you here at the North Shore Music Circus?
I'm here until Saturday, and I was here last year, and I think I'm one of the rare ones that have come back 2 years in a row.
Nice.
And as I told you, in the rain last night they came, the sunshine today they came.
Where do you go from here, Pearl?
I'm going down about 10 days. I head down the road in the car. Now, that's my fun, you know, to drive down the road in the car.
Well, you've got Louie with you, your husband, so that's nice to share all of this.
Yeah, Louie don't like riding the car as much as I do. I'm a train and car rider. He's an airplane rider. I like to go down the road. You'd be surprised why I do it. And they sure the gasoline is high, but so is everything.
Yes.
The supermarket's high, too. And I go, and Louie and I ride about 2 or 3 o'clock, stop on the side of the road at some nice motel, and swim and go in, and I can see people there, and then I come back and read. I always carry 30, 40 books in the back of my car.
You mean you never know where Pearlie may show up, huh?
No, that's right. I'm everywhere. I know every Howard Johnson, every Western motel, every quality. I know all of them. And then, now we're going to Cincinnati. We're going to take 2 days just to meander.
That's
but I got
nice.
the needle point in the car.
Oh, you are a big needle pointer, I know.
I'm doing 4 at a time now. The needle points in the car. I got about 30, 40 books, as I told you, in the car. Now I'll take 2 days. Cincinnati, he'll dig in the teeth. Out I come. 2 days back to Washington.